Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your Timeless Empowerment reading. This oracle reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, or anyone who's feeling drawn to the title of this video. After all, we are an amalgamation, all of us, of the different zodiac aspects, so this video might have a message for you. I chose to make my readings timeless because different people go through different things at different times, and we're going to be looking at healing and love relationships. So when you find this video, it's probably the perfect time for you. If you're new here, my name is Debbie Dubois. Welcome to my channel. On my channel, we talk about self-empowerment, we talk about spiritual awakening, and of course, we talk about the new love relationship blueprint. I want you to know that by liking and subscribing to my channel enables me to better connect with your energy, not just in this reading, but in future readings. So if you feel called to do that, you might want to do that now. All right, first thing we're going to do, and let me explain about the Christmas tree. I've done that in every single video because of the fact that my tree has got beautiful crystals inside of it, and I use it for meditation. I have decided not to take it down quite yet. However, I will tell you, I just got some beautiful curtains for that window there. So it's going to be a toss-up, tree or curtains. Which would you prefer to see? I think I'm thinking curtains, but anyway. All right, we're going to get started. The first thing I'm doing is I'm pulling a card from the Soul Expansion Trio. This is an Intuit deck. While I'm pulling that, I will let you know that Intuit Oracle is the loose sponsor of my videos. It's my business with Kimberly Aria, and we create cards with keywords on them so anyone can read cards. We like to teach you how to get in touch with your own inner knowing, which is one of the motivations I have for doing the readings the way I'm doing them, because I would like to see you be able to do your own readings. They're very simple to do. It's fun to have someone do readings for you, of course, and that can be enjoyable, but to learn how to read cards for yourself is just so powerful. I encourage anyone that wants to learn. We are going to be healing money matters. Wow. Okay. Money. Let's see. Now I'm also going to be using the Focus deck, which is another one in this trio of decks. These decks kind of set the tone for, it gives you a real focus on where to go with a reading. And they're magical. I think the most magical one I saw was Addiction to Technology in my Gemini reading. It's crazy. I was like, everyone needs this. Everyone needs this. Okay. All right. Interesting. Study. So study is the focus. And I'm trying to think of which deck I want to use here. I think the Intuit Oracle. Yeah. Yeah, I think you know what? I'm being called to use the Zodiac 180. We're going to use the Zodiac 180 in this one. And that's because this deck is more object, like lots and lots of objects with lots and lots of meaning. And I have a feeling we're going to go kind of deep into this. And while I'm shuffling the cards, you know, typically as I start to look at the subject matter, things start coming to me. So while I'm shuffling, I'm going to pull some cards, and I have this really nifty overhead view of the table that we'll use so that we can get into the cards more specifically. But money matters in study. You know, what comes to mind when I think of study is that there is so much happening in the world right now that we cannot help but be pulled in to topics that affect us, or subject matter that becomes really like in our face. Like whatever your passions are, so much is changing right now. Okay, I got the swords and scales. That's kind of interesting. So we're bringing in balance, we're bringing in integrity. And money matters. It's kind of like, this seems a very this world stage kind of video, actually, because right now there's a lot of things going on in the markets, and there's also a lot of things going on with you know, prices, and a new administration that's promising to bring down prices. Is that going to happen? We've got rent prices out of control. People can't even afford to live. I know there's a lot of young people that are still living at home because they literally can't afford to live out elsewhere. So, and study also could indicate, having either children or yourself, and you're still going to school, and there's, debt involved in that. So we've got I want to say we got a lot of trauma. All right, we got the fishing pole. Yeah, I'm picking up trauma around education, um, maybe work training. Maybe you're being asked to do a different job. I got the no card. We'll find out what that means later. um, Maybe you're being asked to do a new job or learn new things on your job to keep up so that you can keep your job, which is creating stress and pressure. We got chocolate, which is, oh no, I don't like to see these two words together. No chocolate. Please, somebody kill me. um, yeah, so again, when I think of healing the subject of money matters, and we've got the cross, sacrifice. When I think of this, I think of PTSD. I think of almost all the people, not just cancers, but a lot of the people that are just under so much pressure from a financial standpoint, that it creates PTSD. All right, we've got the microphone and we've got the roundabout. So what I feel is that this is a real time of wait and see. And I do believe that we've got the cat. I do believe that in order for us to work through this PTSD, to keep going, to press forward, there's going to have to be some kind of letting go process, and trust in a higher power, because things are shifting and changing so much. We got the ballet shoes. Things are shifting and changing so much at this point that it's almost like we have to hold our breath and take deep breaths at the same time. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. We have to hope for the best, and I want to say stay present in our own power and energy. All right, we got the crew. And the last card, this is actually an extra card. I'm going to put it off to the side, is changing, which is interesting. It kind of says that there's some, volatility in this particular healing subject. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and go to my overhead view, and then let's see what the cards have to say. And after this, we'll go ahead and we'll go into the love portion of the reading. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to bringing forth this message. Okay, so looking at these cards, I am seeing quite a few scenarios that, having money stresses has to do with, but, with the study card and with the books, I want to say that this this does feel very much learning related. It feels learning related, and it feels like almost like a catching up energy, almost like there's so much information that needs to be digested, and the pressure of what's going on at the bigger picture is an additional source of stress. So you may be, for example, you may be dealing with student loans, or either yours or your children's. Like I said, you might be on the job and be pressured to learn new stuff to keep your job. And the reason why this is all so traumatic and stressful is because of the world situation. And I think we all would agree that, prices have skyrocketed, everything's out of control. Now we have a new administration coming in, and regardless about how you feel, a lot of changes are being made, and I don't think anyone really gets the total picture of what is happening and is it really for the best. So we have a lot of, I want to say, pressure on us to keep going. And so I want to look at the swords and scales first, and how I want to say this is about truth and justice. So for me, when I see this card, I'm thinking, okay, we're in a period of time where truth and justice is coming out. There is a lot of things happening at the, I want to say, if you're in the Americas, there's a lot of things going on here, but this is all over the world. So it doesn't matter where you are located. But we all know that, whatever's happening with the United States really does matter. So we've got a lot of things happening. We've got a lot of changes being made in the law. And so we've got a dynamic amount of this information coming in at the same time. And I want to say, even paired with the microphone is about news. It's about broadcast. It's strong opinions. So there's a lot of information being communicated from social media, whether you're participating in it or not. If you're on social media, you are being impacted and influenced by what's going on. And there's a tremendous amount of discourse. So the reason why I say this and how this has to do anything at all with, the pressures that you're feeling in one way or another from money situations, whether that's from education, whether it's from being on the job, or if it's just in developing yourself, or even looking to become what you came here to do, right? There is this global pressure that we've got here that I see. Now, I also see the fishing pole here, and the fishing pole, this is where empowerment comes in. This is a time of period for reflection for you. This is a time of really looking at yourself and looking at, how reliant are you? How self-reliant are you? How can you become more self-reliant? How can you, and I want to say energetically, connecting with nature, looking for self-improvement things that can help take some of the stress away, whether that's, I want to say either like going in nature or doing meditation practices, or, communing with your source, your God, whatever kind of things you need to do to help yourself stay self reliant. The word self-reliant and feeling capable, right? You want to feel like you're okay and you're in your center. We've got the roundabout. That is that right now there's such a big flow of information. There's so many working parts to this whole thing at a global level. So the roundabout card says that, possibly we're sitting here in a new direction, but things need to keep moving. So as I look at these 4 cards here, what I feel is that the universe is asking you to, I want to say, almost take a deep breath, which is so funny because we've got the cat sitting here, and the cat is unflappable energy. It acts very disinterested in what's going on around it. Think about cats, and I can't believe my cats are not like running all over the place right now. But it's almost like you need to have a calm, cool, disengaged attitude for all of this, because what I'm getting is the answer is no. I kind of feel like I know what that means. I feel like the answer is no. The stuff that you're worried about, the stuff that keeps you up at night, the situation or event is not unfolding at this time. So if you have fears that, things are going to happen that are going to undercut what you're trying to accomplish, that answer is no. I think we're really headed for the chocolate. The chocolate card is about everything good. It's the good stuff. It's satisfaction, love, treating yourself right, doing things that are good for you, doing things to celebrate, and it's also about romance. It's about love and romance and satisfaction. And what I feel like I'm getting here is, all right, and so we're sitting here with the cross right next to it, and that's about letting go, giving up, surrendering, putting others first. That right there, I think a lot of cancers tend to do that. There is sort of a sacrificing energy in Cancer, in that the desire to have, I want to say, stability within your connections and within your family and the responsibilities and stuff is always at the forefront of your mind. It's always, creating a good home and sacrificing for the others. But I'd like to encourage you to, in this card, let go and giving up means that when you're under a lot of stress and pressure from financial situations or whatever, that it's really important to let go and try to give up that. So it's almost like, I want to say, almost give up putting others first all the time, because that right there can be an incredible stress and pressure. We have to realize that what we're going through right now, in the macro level as well as the micro level, is people are pulling together and they're coming together, and it's not just all on your shoulders. Everybody's got to work together as a unit. And this is a time for pulling assets. So if you find yourself, maybe not having your ideal living situations, or maybe not having, your ideal financial situations. This is basically saying, just go ahead and let go. This is requiring you to be trusting. This is heeding the call, and that everything that's happening right now is for the greater good. It's going to cause people to have to pull together, form alliances and partnerships, work together as a unit, and it's going to require a lot of stamina. That's what the ballet shoes is saying right now. You're going to be kept on your toes. There is some effort required here to stay balanced, to stay in this endurance and stamina, right? So it's again, balancing act. We've got the balancing act. So while there is the pressure and the stress, it's almost more important than ever to really do a lot of letting go, try to take care of yourself, try to do things that make you feel good. And don't be so hard on yourself is what I'm getting. It's a very difficult time, but the really good news, and I think it's a really good news, is that things are changing all the time in these situations. So really anything can happen. And that's this card over here. I am going to pull right now an empowerment card. I guess the major message that I'm getting for you is that do not feel that you are the only one. Everyone, it doesn't matter what your sun sign is dealing with money matters. Everyone is dealing with an unsustainable situation, and things will change. It has to change. It's one of the reasons why all of this is happening. So it's almost like, I know that there might be people that disagree with me, but it's like, hey, if you got credit cards, live on them, because the bank system might crash and you won't have a loan anymore. You got to trust. You got to do what you got to do. And coping skills would be anything that is good for you. I highly recommend working out. I do that myself. Drink lots of water, get as much sleep as possible, and try to spend time with people. Try to spend time with people who you're really aligned with. So let's see what the Empower deck has to say. I don't have anything really jumping here. There, one jump for me. Thank you. Okay. Do not dim your light for anybody. Shine on, you crazy diamond. I want to say that this kind of goes along with this sacrifice, the cross. It's like, I know you guys are really used to putting other people first and, being of great support and help. But at the same time, right now is not the time for you to forget yourself, to forget how important you are in the whole equation, and you holding a steady energy. Do whatever you need to do to take deep breaths, to do relaxation, surround yourself with the good stuff. And because it is going to require some endurance to get through this period of time. You know what I might do? And this is just inspired, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull. I want to just see, it says that anything's happening, but I feel called to pull a few more cards from the Intuit Oracle to say, is there any other things that Cancer might find helpful in terms of dealing with stress? Okay, I'm just going to see Okay, it is the darkest before the dawn. So, this reading is offering the encouragement that the obstacles are going to be overcome. There is an end to this problem. We have a bright future coming. There will be a new fresh start. Well, I really like that card. We'll see what else we have. We'll pull three. What else do we have? Because sometimes we just need to know that everything's going to be okay. So we got the heart card, and that means that, all of the things that bring fulfillment in life, in terms of love, caring, fulfillment, affection, all of that stuff is right there for you in the midst of some of this stress. So, remember to focus on the love, focus on your connection, and that will help. And that this is a rough start. This is a rough start. What's happening at the global level has been a false start. It hasn't taken off yet. It hasn't, it's too early to tell what's going to happen on a global level. I'm going to clarify that card right there. What's a false start? What is a false start? Okay, it's funny, the third person. It's someone else's influence. We have too many people. Too many people are trying to do too many things right now. And I think that right there has given us a lot of anxiety and stress when it comes to what's going to happen in our future from a security standpoint. So I'm going to just pull another card, though. I'm going to see what else it says about that. What else does it say about, let me see. I'm not going to lie. This is a really, really intense period of time. And any stress that you're feeling, any of this, is completely understandable. But the card that I'm getting with these two cards here is perfect timing. So everything that's happening is unstoppable. It stands the test of time. It's all perfect timing. And I want to say, if you look at the perfect timing, we've got to have this rough period before we can begin the new day. So all I can say is take a deep breath and really focus on the things that bring you joy and bring you happiness. And this too shall pass. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to clear off the table and we're going to go ahead and look at your love situation. Let's find out what's happening from a love standpoint. And if you have any comments or questions, or you'd like to, add to this interpretation of the reading, I always welcome those comments, because you never know who is watching and who is reading comments, and that you might be able to help them or give them new perspectives to look at. So we're going to find out for Cancer, what's going on in the love situation. What is happening? Okay, the first thing I got is things are working against you, but persistence pays off. So you have some kind of situation going on right now where, new things are on the horizon, but it hasn't quite arrived yet. And you just need to keep being persistent. All right, so we got the bear. Let's see what else we got. That's the bear. Oh, we've got two animal cards. Wow, this isn't officially an animal card. Okay, so we've got some tensions. Maybe it's about money. We do have the whip, which can be, it's repetition. And this, I feel like there's something that's happening that's repetitive. And it feels like there's some tension involved in some kind of relationship. Wow. All right. So, all right, we got the gardens, which is about public places, meetings, dates, like having a date. Let's see what else we got. See through the facade. All right. I like to just pull the cards. I mean, I want to start reading the energy of this, and then I'm like, but you don't have all the information. And then my higher self says, yes, you do. You do have all the information before the cards get here. So just say it. But I'm not gonna. All right, so we've got, okay, this is really great. We've got the Phoenix, which is about death and rebirth, rising up from the ashes. So there might be a relationship that you have thought is passing, and yet it's not. It's there just as strong as ever. It's coming up into a new transformed way. You got the race car. You might feel like there's some pressure on this relationship thing that we got going on here. Hang on. Oh, okay, so there does seem to be someone that you've got an attraction to that has that special something, and you might be chasing after it. You might be chasing after it. Let me see. But it does promise, the waterfall is a very, very positive card as far as I'm concerned. Let me see here. Oh, okay, so we've got some communication. Well, I want to say right off the bat that I feel, with the presence of the Phoenix in this reading, and then we've got the Magnet, there's someone that you're interested in. There's someone that you find yourself attracted to. There's a magnetic pull to this person. You're not even sure what it is you like about this person. It's this je ne sais quoi. It's this, I don't know what this is, that feeling. And it seems there might be a little frustration in this situation because things are persisting against you. But you are determined to make it happen. And what I noticed here, I've got the whip, and there's a lot of words on this card, but the one that jumps off is repetition. So we've got the beaver that's talking about repetition, and we've got the whip that says repetitive. So it almost feels like, and I'm looking at the beaver saying Groundhog Day. It feels like you have someone in your life that it just feels like you're still in Groundhog Day with. You might not have had a chance to really move things forward. There's pressure here. There's pressure on you to do it now, get it going. I feel that it's possible that you have allowed yourself to surrender to the situation and to trust that things will unfold. But there's this energy of the waterfall is like chasing after something. There's something that you're chasing after. There's some kind of fulfillment that you're looking for. And I don't know if you're seeing this person in person. I want to say with the garden card, it might be that it's someone that you've seen in person in your community somewhere. I don't know if it's at a kid's soccer game, or I don't know what I'm getting here, but I'm getting, if you are in a situation where you are not manifesting this situation, there's two cards here that are calling to me, which is number one, whatever this situation is, you will most likely could see a total transformation and a renewal of the situation. And you need to be very observant to know what's going on in the situation. It requires you to really go into your own knowing, see through the facade of what you're experiencing, because, we see things from, I want to say, the ego's perspective sometimes, and we might not see what's really happening. But I guess the thing is that these two cards here, the beaver and the phoenix, are both saying, it seems like things aren't working for you, but they could very well work for you if you just, continue to have persistence in the situation. Yeah, and it looks like communication is maybe the issue. Like, I don't know if you're having a hard time communicating with this person. Um, but there's this let it go energy. So it's kind of like let it go, know what's going on, see through the veil. If you feel a connection with this person, I'm just going to say this. If you feel a connection with this person, and there's this gravity towards this person, there's a longing and a desire for this person, chances are really good that it's mutual. I have found that we're pretty intuitive when it comes to love and relationships. We know when someone, it's so subtle. I think it's because we're becoming more and more psychic. We've got to become really the boss of our own hearts. We have to trust. To some degree, we'll be protective of our hearts, and that's okay. We need to really make sure that we are listening to our hearts, and that we are the boss of our own hearts. But at the same time, we really do have to continue to tune into our knowing and our insights from our own self. Like be very observant. Observe your feelings. Observe and know what's going on. Explore the unknown. Go into your own inner knowing to find out what insights you have. And secrets will be lifted for you. This is the intuition that if I could tell anyone the secrets to really becoming centered and secure in yourself in either relationships or life in general, is when you tune into your own inner knowing, you have a good sense of what's going on, even though you don't think you do. So there definitely is some kind of relationship here, and new things on the horizon. So if you don't have someone that's in your life, what I find is readings like this might say, hey, this could be coming for you. So don't be surprised if in a public place you meet someone who you have a magnetic attraction to. It might take a little while to get off the ground, but you're going to feel the pressure because this person, I feel like this pressure is coming from a real connection. It feels like a real soul connection. I'm going to go ahead and pull another couple cards and see if I can get an insight into maybe the outcome. We're saying things persist, work against you. Let's just see if there's anything else that the Intuit Oracle has to say. Who is this person? Who is this person? Okay, so right now it's obscured. That is this difficulty figuring out, what this relationship is. It's hard to tell. It's kind of like you're not able to trust your own judgment. You might even be feeling some negativity because you're lacking clarity around the situation. So, yeah, that's interesting. The really good news is that I feel like that there is a person, and this person is stable. This person it doesn't go away. We've got the stable, the stable, not the stable. We've got the anchor. This is long lasting. This is persevering. So this is why persistence and persevering are in the same reading. There's something about this person that is, a good match, or they're here to teach you a lesson of some kind. Yup, look at this. We got the stalemate. It seems like everything's delayed. It's like you're blocked. It's almost like there's two people in competition here, and neither one wants to give in to communication. Gosh, this is fascinating. I really want to know, give me one more good card here. Give me one more good card for information on this. All right. Suddenly something's going to happen. Yeah, something's going to suddenly happen. Yeah, I really get that. There's going to be something that happens. It's a surprise. It's where this whole situation will be released. It'll be a sudden, unexpected, accidental running into each other or whatever. There's going to be this phoenix energy. So if this is not a situation you're in right now, it could be one that you're coming into. So, yeah, I think I'll leave it there. This is kind of exciting. One of the things that I want to say about the new love relationship blueprint that I think is very reflective in this reading is that the new relationship blueprint is so different than the old relationship blueprint that we don't know what to do with it. It's much more energetic connected. It's a lot less, there's like, no codependency can exist in it. So as long as we are, any one of the people involved in the situation are in any form of codependency, it makes it distorted. Does that make sense? So with the work that so many people have done and where we're at with the new blueprint coming in, it's kind of like there's a very big push in society that people are not just coming together. If they come together too fast, it's going to just blow right up. So it's almost like this dance. And so many people have done a lot of work. That's why this new relationship blueprint is getting ready to be birthed. There are some people that are already experiencing it. It exists, but it's almost like the work that we're all doing, it's rippling out So for you to have a relationship come in that is not just like the old fashioned way was boom, you just meet and you chemistry and you get together and then, you stay together for who knows how long and then you break up because you might not have been meant to be together. Or worse yet, you stay in a really long relationship and it's not intended to be. So you go through all that. I think things are going to be a lot different now. And that whole thing about persistence, things are really working against you. It feels that way, right? But the universe is working for you. So I just want to say, trust whatever this is, that it's going to bring you to the place where you have what you're looking for. So anyways, thank you so much, Cancer, for joining me in this reading. If you like this, it would be great. Please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend. It really helps with my algorithms, and I'd appreciate that. There's 2 videos that I put out that you might be interested in. Plus, go look at, I'm in the process of putting out all 12 sun signs. You might want to go look at your moon, your rising, your sun, whatever, other aspects that you have. These readings are really bringing through such an abundance of depth that I don't feel like they're just for the sun signs that they're for. So you might even want to check out all of the readings if the titles, speak to you. I did a 2025 reading about what to expect in the coming year and how crazy it is, and another video on 10 practical tips on how you can stay sane in 2025. Those 2 videos might be helpful as well. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Bye.